What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button and hit that notification bell. Make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. With this video, we are jumping into Captain America issue number 0. And we have been covering some of the Captain America stuff, so be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been happening with Captain America, Sam Wilson, and Steve Rogers. A story brought to you by Collin Kelly. These stories are going to be following both of our Captain Americas. So be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so our story is picking us up with the bio fanatic. Many know who Zola is. He's the guy that wants to turn everybody into freaking dinosaurs. He's the guy that hates communism, he hates America, he hates everything it stands for, blah 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 blah. It's the same thing we've heard over and over and over again from this guy. This time he has a rocket inside of a skyscraper. How he could have possibly gotten away with this, who freaking knows? But he says he has done everything within the limitations of American law. Though I'm not sure OSHA or building code really has anything to do with building a rocket inside of a skyscraper. But throwing that off to the side, he is here to let them all know that he is going to launch this rocket into the sun and he is going to turn everybody into dinosaurs. Unfortunately for him, this is where we have our Captain Americas get on scene. Having drone after drone, we see our Caps, they take out the drones that are on the ground. Unfortunately, this rocket is already starting to lift off. Wasting no time, we see Steve run in and see if he can take out these engines. But as soon as he gets inside of this rocket, he is immediately met by more drones. While this thing begins its liftoff, we see Falcon on the outside trying to figure out how they might be able to stop it and take it down without any civilians getting hurt. Knowing that if this payload reaches the sun, everybody will turn into dinosaurs. And so the most obvious thing is to disable the payload and you stop this from happening. With Sam landing on the outside of this rocket, he is also met by drones of Zola, cutting off the communication between our two Captain Americas. He has divided the two of them, fighting on two fronts, unable to talk to one another. But each of our Captain Americas trust the other to do their job. As Captain America is taking on all of these drones, he quickly learns that shutting off the engines, it's not an option. At this point, they have already reached a height that if they do that, it will go falling down and land on the city. So now they have to try and take control of this rocket. As Captain America battles his way through the inside of this rocket, on the outside we have Sam, who is dealing with his own onslaught of craziness. Zola trying to get into his head, saying, why would you fight for this country? A country that will be underwater in less than 2 decades. Unwilling to address climate change and everything else that is wrong, from the jail systems to racial disparity. Zola really just focusing on the fact that Sam Wilson is black and trying to use that to turn him against America. But no matter what, Captain America, he stands up for what this country is, with all of its flaws, with every issue that he might have a problem with. Sam Wilson is American, and he will fight to his very last breath for every single drop of American blood. Back on the inside, we have Zola, who is trying to get into the mind of Steve Rogers, letting him know that the military had built him up, had created him into a weapon, that you have been fed lies time and time and time again by your government, that how can he not see that America has left him behind? But the only thing Steve actually sees is another madman who hasn't learned what happens to tyrants. throwing his shield and starting to destroy tons of these drones. We see that the rocket is making its way into the atmosphere, with Sam quickly recognizing that he needs to get inside of this thing. He finds a panel, he rips it open, and he is able to get inside the rocket before the flames hit him. But once he makes entrance into the rocket, this is where he is met by dozens and dozens of drones, all of them having their lasers pointed directly at him. He has to try to navigate through all of this without being taken out. On the other side of the rocket, we have Steve, who has found the source of Zola, the little AI computer, if you will. This is what is controlling everything. Now, while Zola's consciousness, it may technically be eternal, this is the source of what is controlling the rocket. While he tries to break them down, tries to make the Captain Americas feel like they fight for a country that hates them, the truth of the matter, Captain America does not care. Be it Sam or Steve, they are going to do what is necessary to protect this country and protect these people. As our two Captain Americas, they come together and they smash this Zola bot. They smash the control hub, and now the rocket is flying dead. As the systems begin to overload and this rocket is about to go up in flames, Sam grabs hold of Steve, and the two of them, they get the heck out of here. With this rocket exploding, there is an electromagnetic pulse. This pulse stops Falcon from being able to fly. With Captain America using some very quick thinking, he grabs hold of Sam, throws his shield underneath their feet, and they use it as a source to fall down into the water. While all of this was transpiring, they were trying to figure out what they were gonna call one another. You know, were they gonna go with Uncanny Captain America, the Astonishing Captain America? Are they gonna add an adjective in, or are they gonna do something else? And while they could come up with a new name, they could add an adjective in there and make it real fancy. Steve suggests, why not just going with Captain America? Why can't we both just be Captain America? Sam not having any issue with this. We pick up a little bit later in Harlem, as everyone is cheering on Sam Wilson, newly taking on the mantle of Captain America alongside Steve Rogers. Someone down in that crowd is plotting, getting ready to take down everything, and that somebody is Hunter, aka the White Wolf. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, this was a very, very typical Captain America story. Some crazy tyrant comes in talking about how this country is horrible, how this country sucks, they've treated you poorly, blah, 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 blah. The same thing every bad guy always says. But what they don't understand, what they have never understood, is that Captain America stands up for America. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. While America may have its flaws, it is undoubtedly one of the greatest countries that has ever existed. A melting pot of diversity, a place where opportunity is rampant. Sam Wilson understanding this more than anybody else, being a black man to take on the mantle of Captain America. A country from the very beginning having slavery, having racial divide up until the 1950s, 60s, 70s, honestly still having issues to this day, but nowhere near comparable to 50 years ago. Sam understands more than anybody how hard it would be to take on the mantle of Captain America, but he did this because he stands up for anybody that would call themselves an American. Be it African American, be it Mexican American, whatever the case may be, Canadian American. If you live in this country, if you want to come here for a better life, that is everything that Captain America stands for. And it looks like we have a new threat on the horizon. The White Wolf coming in to disrupt the status quo and overthrow some governments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.